Hey folks, I know with it being December, it seems like it's time to shut down the garden. But if you're in the right grow zone and you plant the right plants and use frost protection, you can still have a garden. And yeah, it will live. So today, we're going to talk about 13 vegetables that you can plant or grow in your garden in December. Yeah, I did say in December. Now, of course, gardeners in grow zone 6 to 10 can have an easy time getting stuff planted now. And even if you're in grow zone 3, 4, and 5, you can still plant some things. You just need to use the proper protection. Now, if you don't know your grow zone, just go here or maybe here and punch in your zip code, and that will tell you what your grow zone is. Or you can just Google, what is my grow zone, and put in your zip code. Now, before we get into a list, let's have a short conversation about something that we're going to need, and that's frost protection, because it's something most of us will need at some time during the winter growing season. I mean, think of it this way. You probably wouldn't go outside with the cold if it's cold out. Well, at some point during the winter season, your plant might need a coat too, or frost protection. Frost protection is the one thing that's going to help your plants get deeper into the winter growing season. Mulch. That's great for carrots, beets, onions, root vegetables. Put 4 to 6 inches of mulch over it, and that can help prevent the ground from freezing up. Mulch can come in the form of leaves, straw, or wood chips. Here's my favorite, frost covers or roll covers. Something as simple as that can help keep the temperature 4 to 6 degrees warmer, and that could be the difference in whether or not your plants survive for the winter. It's perfect for a lot of your leafy vegetables like spinach, kale, cilantro, even parsley. It's lightweight, breathable, easy to throw over hoops or directly over the plants. No tunnels or hoop houses. PVC or metal hoops with frost cloth or plastic covering it. That can help increase the temperature of 10 to 15 degrees. And it works great for grow zones 3 to 6. A greenhouse or a sunroom. That can create great warmth for your plants. They might not even notice that it's wintertime. You can grow greens, herbs, and radishes all winter long. Even these small portable greenhouses work surprisingly well. Cold frames, which are essentially mini greenhouses. People will take recycled windows and use that to make the cold frames. Use one or combined methods for a 1-2 punch on protecting your plants through the winter. First on the list, you gotta know, is garlic. I put my garlic in the ground in late November and it started to come up, but I know it's going to last through the winter and I won't harvest it until sometime in maybe June. Because it takes many months for garlic to get ready. The funny thing about garlic is that it's harder to plant in warmer, milder grow zones than it is in colder grow zones. Because garlic needs that cold weather to develop that bulb. Think about that for a minute. It wants the cold weather. Garlic is the winter crop that almost anybody can plant no matter where you live. If you live in grow zones 7 through 10, December is probably your last chance to plant garlic before the ground freezes up. And if the ground isn't frozen yet, you can even plant it in colder grow zones. In my grow zone 8A, I waited until late in the season before I planted my garlic because otherwise it was just too warm. Now I'm going to say something that might sound a little confusing. There are two types of garlic. I'm not talking about varieties because there are many different varieties of garlic. However, there are two different types. One is a hardneck garlic, which is better for northern grow zones, and the second is a softneck garlic, which is better for your more milder southern grow zones. Now, I know some of you may be wondering, how hardy is garlic? Well, if you live in grow zone 1, you probably have to plant your garlic in maybe September. That way, the ground isn't frozen yet. But you can still grow garlic in grow zone 1. That being said, hardneck garlic is better for your colder grow zones. So basically 6 and further up north. However, you can plant softneck garlic in those grow zones too. A few more things about hardneck garlic is that it's more flavorful, it produces more scapes, but it doesn't store quite as long as softneck garlic. And of course, there's softened garlic, which is better for grow zone 7 through 10, but it's less flavorful. But I love the fact that it stores for a longer period of time. And here are a couple grower tips for you. Plant it pointing side up, about 2 to 3 inches deep, cover it with the soil, and then cover that with 4 to 6 inches of mulch. It'll be ready to harvest in the summer. And if you live in the South and you want to try an experiment, take your garlic cloves and put it in the refrigerator for about a month. I say the refrigerator, not the freezer, because you're not trying to freeze it. You want to simulate being in a colder environment for a longer period of time. And you can do that maybe a month before you plant it, and after that, go on and plant it. Of course, it's probably too late right now, but this is information to store for next winter. Next on my list is regular onions and bunching onions. Now, there are many different varieties of onions, but there are three different types. There's long day onions, there's intermediate day onions, and short day onions. Now, the main difference between the three types is the amount of sunlight that the bulbs need to trigger bulb formation. Now, short day onions need 10 to 12 hours of sunlight, so it does better in the south, while long day onions need 14 to 16 hours of sunlight, so they're much better suited for the north. And of course, right in the middle, you have intermediate day onions. So I say, wherever you live, give it a shot. Why not? Next up on the list, spinach. It's a cold weather superhero, and it actually gets sweeter as the frost hits it. Now, the first time I heard that about how certain crops get sweeter when the frost hit it, my initial impression was nonsense. But then I found out that a nice frost will take the starch, or it will make the starch. Well, let me rephrase this. The plant will take the starch within it and turn those starch or that starch into sugar, which helps protect it and almost acts like a natural antifreeze. So, yeah, if you've heard the story about certain plants getting sweeter after frost, that's why it gets sweeter after frost. No one explained it to us. So if your grows on 6 through 10, go on and plant it now. Plant starch, plant seeds, whatever you can get planted. And if you're in the cooler grow zones, if you decide to plant some, use roll cover, a frost blanket, whatever you can to help protect the plants. I had spinach in my garden all fall and winter of last year. We even got 5 inches of snow, and we had 48 hours where temperatures reached 27 degrees. And for Georgia's grow zone 8A, that's cold. And really, for any type of vegetable that is cold, but certain vegetables like spinach, it handled it like a champ. In fact, I still had spinach when the spring came around. Another great thing about spinach is that you can harvest spinach as early as 35 days. You'll get baby leaves, but it's still spinach. Next on the list, carrots. And yeah, I do have three different varieties. Now, they are slow to germinate this time of year. However, once they get started, they keep going. And you can keep them in the ground for the rest of the winter if you want to. In grow zone 7 through 10, sow them directly into the ground. And in colder grow zones, you can still plant them, but plant them in a warmer environment. Plant them in grow tents, plant them in a greenhouse, plant them in a sunroom. And one warning about carrots. Carrots do not like to be disturbed once they're planted. So you don't want to plant them, get them established, and dig them up and put them somewhere else. It can completely destroy your crop, or at least they're not going to look the way you expect them to look. They're also the type of vegetable that you definitely want to mulch, whether you're living in a colder grow zone or in a slightly warmer grow zone. And just like a lot of my leafy green vegetables, they get sweeter as the frost hits them. Grower's tip: if you live in an area that has a prolonged snow cover, snow actually acts as an insulator for your root vegetables. Next up is kale, which for me personally has been the king of cold weather vegetables. I've had my kale take temperatures as low as 15 degrees and have snow on it with no snow cover. Now, that's probably because of the varieties that I planted. But if you look at varieties like they call it dinosaur kale, that's super cold resistant. I had giant kale. Now, for me, my kale were cold weather superheroes. And I know I've used that term before, but it worked. They did incredibly well for me. I had them survive the snow. I had them survive 27-degree temperatures. And thing is, I didn't even cover them up. And they bounced back like, it's okay. Let's keep going. Give me some more. And the two varieties I'm talking about are red Russian kale and blue curly kale. Champions. You gotta plant some of these. Now here's a grower's tip for you. If you harvest the leaves after about 25 days, they're just baby kale leaves. They're perfectly fine to eat. Or you can wait until they're about 60 days old and harvest them then. Either way, it's a win-win. Hey folks, if you're still watching, I really appreciate you. Now if you're enjoying the video, do me a favor. Treat it like you would a good harvest. Share it out with your family, your friends, members of the YouTube gardening community who might just dig it. I don't know if that was a bad pun or not. Let me know in the comments. Was it good or was it bad? While you're at it, go ahead and plant a seed and hit that like button. It really helps this channel grow. The harvest season for me is my most important time of year. But my most important harvest is you. So please hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be here next time I have something going on in the garden or in the kitchen. All right, back to the list. Lettuce. Loose leaf varieties of lettuce grow very fast in cool temperatures. Now, I know something as gentle as lettuce may not seem like something that would do well in cold temperatures, but they certainly do. You can plant them outdoors in grow zones 7 through 10. And of course, in cold environments, you can put them under a cold frame, a greenhouse, a sunroom, protect them, and you can have fresh lettuce all winter long. Currently, I'm growing 3 varieties that have already undergone frost. I have a red romaine, tangle lettuce. I'm also growing black seeded Simpson. I grew this last year, and just like everything else, it went through the 5 inches of snow, 27-degree temperatures, and I still had lettuce left when the spring came along. These guys here are tough. And maybe it's just me, but I'd be skeptical if a list didn't include collard greens. This has been a cold weather favorite for me for years. I always grow it. I always get great production. They've handled frost, freezes, snow, pretty much anything I can throw at it. Only thing I do is I just throw a frost blanket over it and let it go. Some varieties can take temperatures as low as 10 degrees. And trust me, after that frost hits it, they're going to get sweeter and more tender. My grower's tip for collard greens is use the cut and coming in method of harvesting. That way you can get several harvests from one plant. Imagine if you have 5 plants, how many harvests you can get. Beets, grow zone 6 through 10, they have no problem. But in grow zones maybe 3, 4, and 5, give them a frost cover and they'll work out just fine. And of course, they're going to get sweet. I guess I just say that about everything on this list. Almost everything on this list will get sweeter with the frost, and they can handle frost. Just remember that in colder grow zones, you might want to use roll cover or frost blankets. My grower's tip for this vegetable is real simple. Try Detroit dark red. You'll love them. Turnips. They grow fast and thrive in cold weather. Now, I consider turnips to be a dual crop because you can eat the leaves and you can eat the roots. That's a bonus. Now, depending on whether or not you want to harvest the roots or not, you can start harvesting the leaves within 30 days. But I suggest you go on and get the full benefit of this vegetable and wait 55 days for full maturity. That way you can get the roots. I'm harvesting purple top white globe turnips this year, and they're looking really good. Mustard greens, they absolutely explode in growth and cooler temperatures. Now, the previous year when I grew these, I ended up getting not only incredible growth after I used the cut and come again method of harvesting, the leaves grew, well, take a look at these pictures. And this was after I harvested a bunch of them. Now in grow zones 7 through 10, you can plant them directly, but in cooler grow zones, You can plant them directly in the soil, but use something to cover them to protect them until they start getting more mature. A mature plant is much more cold hardy than a young one. My favorite grower's tip for this one is to let them go to seed at the end of the season. When I grew them, not only did I let them go to seed, but they started coming back in July. So I had about 30 plants, maybe more, that I was able to pull up, spread them around my garden, and get ready for my fall and winter garden because they were that cold hardy and heat tolerant. Radishes for grow zones 6 through 10, just sow them directly. With grow zones 3, 4, and 5, sow them directly, but use a frost cover or something on it. These guys grow so fast you can actually harvest them within 30 to 50 days. So if you're worried about a really harsh January or a really harsh February, you can have already harvested these plants before the really, really bad weather comes through. Now I only have a few more on my list, but what are you growing right now? Drop your grow zone and what you're growing in the comments. It's not just because I'm nosy, but I really do want to know. The next two on my list are a couple of Asian greens, tot soy mustard and bok choy. These are in my garden today. And yes, yeah, they've taken that cold weather. These guys are currently thriving in my cooler weather right now. They've taken the frost, they've gotten big very fast, and they will last me through the winter. Now, I must admit, tot soy mustard is actually more cold hardy than the bok choy, but I'm going to put them both under roll covers, so I'm not overly concerned about either one. Well, folks, it looks like we're about to get some cold temperatures rolling in. It's going to get down 2, maybe 3 nights. So I'll be back with a garden tour to show you how I prepared for the cold weather and also to show you how my plants survive. So my next 1 or 2 videos are going to be about how I prep my garden for the cold weather and also how it survived the cold weather. Now let's get out there and get a little dirty. But put on a coat. It's cold out there.